nutritional strategies, lifestyle strategies, dietary strategies, all of which should help you get over your diabetes and potentize your insulin as well, and also have beneficial effects on your male hormones. Is that good, Guy? Help you at all?
That does help me. I do a lot of this. I did have issues with doing cardio. I started out half an hour a day, went built up to an hour.
That's a lot, Guy. Do you need that much?
Well, I'm 70 pounds overweight. So
70, you said 70 pounds?
70 pounds.
Okay, well, aerobic exercise, aerobic exercise is very important. Cardiovascular exercise is super important, treadmills and bikes, but you don't, I'm sorry, Guy, I hung up on you by accident. Hopefully you're listening. But it's overrated. As far as losing weight goes. Yes, you do need to exercise you do need cardiovascular aerobic exercise for sure. But that's not the end all and be all when it comes to losing weight. It's much more important that you pay attention to the kind of foods that you're eating. Also, if you're under stress, this is one of the hidden causes of weight gain and an inability to lose weight. Cortisol, stress hormone. When the body is under duress, whether it's physiologic duress or whether it's mental or emotional duress, it's not going to let you lose weight. So relaxation techniques and also eliminating anything that's causing degenerative crisis in the body. That's also important for losing weight. And I apologize, Guy. I hung up on you by accident. So hopefully we answered your questions. We took care of your concerns. Thanks for calling, Guy from Arizona, and thanks for your kind words as well. Angel in Ohio, welcome to the bright side. What's up?
Yes, my grandmother, I'm in my mid-60s, and my grandmother used a lot of herbs and things because she didn't have any medication or anything like that. And she told us all that we should wash our faces in our urine. And is that good for topical skin problems?
Well, that's interesting, actually, that you mentioned that. I was going to blog about that next week, so I'm kind of curious that you brought it up. Urine contains something called urea, U-R-E-A. In fact, we get the word urine from the urea content of urine, and as it turns out, urea is actually one of the best moisturizers you could ever use for your skin. How do you like that? Urea also has anti-aging properties. Now, I don't recommend that you use urine to get your urea, but you know what? Your grandmother was right on.
If you have your vitamins and everything, and you eat properly, then your vitamins would be in your urine. That would help, right? All of
that. You've got anabolic hormones in your urine, building hormones in your urine. You've got your own natural antiseptic and antibiotic.
Why would you recommend that then?
Because it's just sort of distasteful, maybe. That's about it. Other than that, people drink urine. There's a book called Your Own Perfect Medicine, which is all about urine therapy. There's really no health reason why you shouldn't do your own, bathe in urine, wash in urine, drink your urine. It just is a little bit distasteful. That's the only reason I don't recommend it. It's not like I don't recommend it. It's not like I'm saying don't do it. I just don't talk about it. You follow, Angel? I'm not saying I'm not recommending it, like don't do it. I'm saying I just don't really talk about it or address it because it is...
Oh, so there's nothing wrong with it then?
No, nothing at all wrong with it. You know what? I remember seeing a picture of in National Geographic when I was growing up of these kids in Africa. I think it was the Maasai tribe that lives in Kenya, and they had their head under this cow was urinating on their heads, and these kids were washing their hair in the urine, and probably because of the urea content and some of the other benefits that are some of the other healthy ingredients that are in urine, including, as you say, antibiotics and anabolic building hormones. But I just don't happen to mention urine. But your point is well taken. Yes, indeed. And I am going to blog about it here next week. Urine is a good source of urea, which is a natural skin moisturizer and anti-aging ingredient. But personally, I would be getting some urea from, you can get it on the internet, urea, and you can put it in water and make your own toners with urea. U-R-E-A. Urea was actually the first chemical that was organically synthesized back in the 1830s. It was the first chemical that awakened us to the idea that we could create biological compounds in a laboratory, and it really revolutionized organic chemistry, and it was the first molecule that let folks know that there was the pharmaceutical age had dawned on us. And once they figured out how to manufacture urea synthetically, how they figured out how to make it in the laboratory or in a factory setting, it was a short jump into pharmacology and drug and the production and the advent of the drug industry. Okay, thanks, Angel. Appreciate your call. Hope we helped you out. Let's move on to Steve in Virginia. What's going on, Steve? Welcome to the bright side.
Hi, thank you. We had a question about vitamin C, and I was listening what you were saying as far as topical use, but as far as internally, what's a good form to take? Probably the powder.
Internally, Internally, ascorbic acid is just as good as any other form. There's a lot of folks talking about blended vitamin C's with bioflavonoids in it and fruit powders and natural vitamin C. They're all good, but you know what? When the vitamin C, whatever form you're eating it in or getting it in, when it gets through your intestine and goes into your blood and goes into the cells, it is going into the cells as something known as ascorbate, which is basically ascorbic acid. So it's not going into the cells with bioflavonoids or as a fruit and powder or vegetable powder. It's going into the cells. That's where it's doing its work as ascorbic acid, or more appropriately as ascorbate, which is a form of ascorbic acid. So it's plain old ascorbic acid. It's really cheap, and you'll get great benefits. All of the literature that's been done on the clinical benefits and the therapeutic benefits of vitamin C have been done on ascorbic acid or ascorbate. That, in my opinion, that's the best way to get your vitamin C. It's also the cheapest way. So I'd be saving my money if you're thinking about some fancy schmancy internal form of vitamin C. Ascorbic acid is pretty much the way you want to go. Now, topically, that's different. Topically, ascorbic acid is not the best form of vitamin C. You got to go with the fatty form, either ascorbyl palmitate or ascorbyl tetraisopalmitate. The tetraisopalmitate is crazy expensive. That's the kind I use in my Truth Treatment products. It's on the order of $800 a kilo, as opposed to, for ascorbic acid, maybe $20 a kilo. So ascorbyl palmitate and ascorbyl tetraisopalmitate are the forms you want to look for if you're using vitamin C topically. Internally, though, plain old ascorbic acid is just as good, in my opinion, is just as good as any other form. It's the cheapest form. It's the one most of the literature has been, most of the research has been done on in the literature, and it's also the way cells utilize vitamin C. Vitamin C is utilized by cells as ascorbate/ascorbic acid. Does that help you, Steve?
Yes, I did want to ask you about, you see these in the health store, these jars of bottles of acerola, when it says acerola.
Acerola is a natural form of vitamin C, and it's a great form of vitamin C. The problem with acerola is you don't get a lot of vitamin C in the acerola. You do get the cofactors, and so it's not a bad way to get vitamin C. You're just not going to get the big doses that you need, and in my experience, you really do need to get gram doses, and it's hard to get gram doses out of acerola. Thanks for your call, Steve. Appreciate it, and that's all the time we have for today. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll continue talking skincare and skin health next week. We'll talk about a very important mineral for helping heal the skin. And we're going to talk about a protein that's found in the skin that's associated with eczema and psoriasis and dry skin as well. We'll tell you how you can upregulate or stimulate the production of that protein. If you're interested in checking out my skincare products, it's truthtreatments.com. If you're interested in joining the Brightside Ben team, call the phone team at 866-735-2470. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Have yourselves a wonderful day. We'll talk to y'all later.